Welcome to another episode of How to Blow Up Your Account. So I've got I got 9 pairs of currency here, and let's just look at the 4-hour chart. So I got an email here from somebody. It says they watch these videos. They've been studying for 3 years, but this kind of jumps out at me here when people say stuff like. I study with people, 3 years ups and downs, people that claim to be profitable, even if I really have no clue if they are or not, because they never showed proper statistics on their account. Well, that's not going to matter too much, because somebody could be in a drawdown. You have to go on what they're saying. I'm into like the concept of trading and the philosophy of how to make money trading, and I know that I studied a lot of indicators and all that stuff, so I know all that stuff, but in the end it comes down to, are you going to be a scalper? Are you going to be a short-term trader? Like how long you want to be in the market, right? My first question is, how long do you want to be in? How big do you want to be in? How often do you want to go in and out of the market? And that's going to have to fit your lifestyle. So if you've got a bunch of drama in your life, I once had this relationship with somebody where I don't think I could have traded. I mean, there's no way, right? The person was a complete train wreck, and they were like being in a trade where you didn't even know if you were long or short. So, it's not always available, and maybe this is why. You look at the weekend, you look at the charts, the 4-hour charts on the weekend, you really would do a structured trade. And here you can see where you would put your orders. I think it's painfully obvious that you're going to sell high and buy low, but like where are you going to put those tickets, right? So if I just go through these charts and just do just a really quick analysis. Now this is going to sound terrible because it's going to sound so unsophisticated, but you would just start selling above this. It's a new broker here. I got to change the colors and everything, but you would just start selling above this wick. But how big would you sell above there? And how far would you keep selling? Would you sell all the way to this wick? Well, I would. I would sell that whole thing up there. And hopefully you went long off of this. You didn't get a fill here. You didn't get long there, but if you'd go bar by bar, you can see buying new lows. When I say buy new lows, I mean literally, right here. You had a buy limit. I don't know if you got filled because the spread's pretty brutal on some of these currencies, but here's your top become a bottom. Now, on the 4-hour chart on this broker, I'm not sure exactly when this broker updates, but if you'd have pulled the trigger here and you have a buy limit to buy new lows, right? A buy limit to buy new lows. See, buy new lows, see you made money. See, you can see that you made money. You didn't make the 1,000 pips you wanted to make. This is another thing, this fallacy of signal calling, of, oh, I think I know where the market's going. You may know where the market's going, right? You're so it's going up, right? How do you feel about this stomp out? But this is where you have to be buying new lows. So it's very counterintuitive. And the person that I talked to about the person said, well, they don't show their accounts and stuff. Now this person, at the end of the call, I asked them, and you always kind of don't want to ask somebody the size that they're trading. I think it was at a demo. So it finally came down to me having to ask the awful question of drop your pants, let's see what size you're trading. And I said, well, so he got in on a stop. He got in a great entry here, like a stop entry here, say. Well, he says he's trading a percentage of his account, 25K here. I said, well, I said, that's just ridiculous, right? Because you should have had limits here to sell, limits here, limits on that very tippy top. Now, this is the dollar Swiss. All these markets are the same. I can't find a market where you wouldn't buy new lows here. See, new lows. New lows. People are shitting their pants there. Oh, I can't believe it. It's like, why am I buying here? Why am I selling here? But the thing was, he says, well, I just want to make good trades. We missed the whole point of every video I've done. It's about size distribution. You can't just say, I'm so good at trading, now I'm just going to up my size. Maybe you could. I found it to be very difficult to say, oh, I'm so right about this trade. This one I'm going to put in, and I'm going to put a stop in. Now, if you're doing percentage risk of your account as opposed to the area that you should be getting in, so to speak, if I just got in really heavy here, and I bought this, and I think it's going to go like this, and it comes in, it stomps me out, and I just lost like 10% of the account, would you reload? And I've had to get into trades, like I've been stopped out and had to get back in, because I'm like, oh, fuck. The old smash out, right? The old auction. Makes a new low for the week. Takes out the high of the week. See? Now you could, this is, see here you're buying new lows. So somebody else asked me the strategy on my fractal trading. My strategy is always the same. I buy weakness, I sell strength. I have diffusion of sizing. How do you survive these markets? Well, maybe you're only long here on a 1K, and your exit's right here. You should be getting out. That's the scalp. That trade's over. This market's going up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down. Right? You buy this top, becomes a double bottom. There's the stop hunt. You need to buy that. You need to buy here and buy on limits and buy on some stops. So you need 3 styles of entry. You need to incorporate 3 views of the market. Time, which is the stop entry. This is market goes sideways and you have a sell stop here. But you also have buy, sell limits here because of the structure factor. And you could sell at the market when it's up in 4 hours. Every 4 hours it's down, buy. Try it. But see, the thing is that are you going to look? You got 6 windows to pull the trigger at the market per day. Who's going to make it to that? If they have a day job, who's going to get there and be able to buy, be able to execute these trades, right? The only way you're going to make money is if you execute the trade. So here on the dollar Swiss, it doesn't matter what currency you look at. They're all the same. The idea that you're going to go to another currency and it's going to be better. No, everywhere you go, there you are, right? What the drunks say. Here you've got, it's down. So you're buying at the market. It's down. You're buying at the market. Now here you need to have a, this is a 20 pip grid. So you need a 40 pip stop on this thing, right? And to make the 40 pips. There is no place to get in here with an ATR system. These candles are too violent. But you can see where the stops are. You're going to buy these stops off these people, even right here. See this very last one, and here's a top inside the bottom. This is a support at the 20-yard line. You have buy limits here. When you see it down there, you go, yeah. And you see that you're not in enough margin. How much margin are you using? Forget percentage of account. Hopefully you figured out that your stops, whatever. You know, trade 3 demos. If you're a trader, trade 3 demos. People say, well, I can't manage that. You know why? Because you're focusing on all the holy grail shit, all the indicators, all this, all that. You're not focusing on it's a marketplace with prices moving. The fact that they leave a pattern there and they create a glorious divergence is just a fact of momentum running out of sellers. You're seeing momentum. Somebody said, well, maybe there's a clue for momentum. There is no fucking clues, man. There is no holy grail. Just stop it. It's just not, it doesn't exist. The holy grail is pulling the fucking trigger. Okay? When it's down here at the market at that 4 hour, you should have bought. No questions asked. You have a view of structure, but do you think that you're buy limit pending here? You're waiting to get filled on 5 standard lots here because you're like, well, I'm risking X percent. I built my account up. It's just impossible. I don't even see anybody posting stuff like that. I mean, you know, who's trading like that? You can't get people to comment on how big they're getting in on each individual ticket. If you can't get that out of even, it's just, I don't know why. But that's what trading is. It's about size implementation. If you have $1 million, are you going to open up 1 coffee shop and get that thing cranking and get a reputation, then open another one? Or are you going to open up 10 little coffee shops, right? What are you going to do? If you focus on one coffee shop and it's the wrong part of town, you're fucked. Better to open up little satellite things. You know, you see these people that are starving to death, these big corporations, you know what they do? They take Taco Bell and they fuse it to a fucking gas station. I walked into these places where it's goddamn Dunkin' Donuts with McDonald's and fucking gas, right? And I went in there once and I had a bottle of wine in my car. Somebody stole it because I walked into McDonald's and people were like, hey, let's go rip this guy up. I mean, it's a place to get ripped off too, because, you know, you're going to park your car at that pump for maybe a half hour. You can be very careful people don't steal your car there. That's where people steal cars now, because people wander into the McDonald's and they're like, oh, look at a Happy Meal. Next thing you know, their car's gone. But you can make all sorts of suppositions, but when it comes down to you trying to make 20 fucking pips, you're going to sell here and you're going to get out here, right? And you just made 20 pips. You're like, oh, I could have stayed that, but you didn't, right? That's why you put 2 tickets in. You sell 3 tickets up here. One you peel off here, one you peel off here, one you peel off here. Presupposing you can wait a whole fucking week to make all those pips. And look at the buyers come in here. This is a simple example of auctions. Buyers come in here at this level. They got to get out. Everybody's getting out here, right? This is the previous support. There's a 20 pip wick on there. That lady in that stupid pattern trading, she was all befuddled when the guy said, well, what about, like, where's your stop? Is it on the wick? She's like, well, the wick's just like a piercing. What, like your ears? Like, what the fuck is with these people? Well, it's like a belly ring. What the fuck? So, you know, you're long here, but are you shooting for the moon? You think it's not going to come back here and trounce people? It could come shooting down here. Do you have a limit grid in there to capture that trade, to pad your account when you get stopped out of this? How tight of stops are you running? How many currencies are you trading? If you really trade big, you don't have to go to another currency. But I'm going to go through all these currencies and just show you that you should be able to just do a quick and dirty analysis to see all the trades you missed, right? Here, once again, this is the British pound. The infamous choppy as fuck British pound. It goes nowhere. This is a limit trader's market. Why? Look at the wicks. I'm on the 4-hour chart. Look at this is tighter data, right? Look at the euro dollar. Not a lot of wicks, right? Look at this drama. But look at how this is just sheer up, sheer down. Very tight market, right? For a reason. This British pound, right? Or look at this thing. Look at this mess. Where's this thing going? It's going up? Oh, I was long. Yeah, I didn't get out up here at the top, so what the fuck? You just got ramrodded. You just got cornholed without lubricant. Top become a bottom. I bought there. Okay, but you know what? Party's over. Take your money and run. These markets aren't designed for buy and hold. Oh, I bought here and oh, it's up here and I didn't get out. No, it was up here and I didn't get out. Bam. Well, you know, it's not so bad because I just like made about 10 pips. Look at this, is the top become a bottom. Right? This is structure on close. This is so painfully obvious, but people don't want to look at the fact that this ramrodded so hard. All your buy limits need to be here. This is where people are getting stopped out. You need to buy that. You need to buy that. That's my strategy. Buy and sell. There's no magic. There's not. How could there be? Look at this data. Are you kidding me? You're going to build a robot to, in the ATR thing, I looked up the ATR bot. People are asking about this ATR bot. I could run some tests on it, but the thing is, you're going to have to run 20 versions of the ATR bot on one currency pair to make money. Because they'll have separate take profits and separate stops. And one guy's going to get stopped out. The other one will pick it. There is no full service EA. It's just I could out trade an EA any day of the week. Just by placing orders here. Here's where the stops are getting hit. Your orders at the structure level. You make this money and maybe you didn't make this money. Look, it comes right up into this thing. But just trade bigger. Trade bigger, not on one ticket. Put in more orders. Buy limit. They stopped you out. No, they didn't stop me out. They stopped me. They limited me in. I'm out. I'm out of that trade. If I bought here, I'm out. I'm not holding so it goes to the moon, okay? It's not going to... All the money I've ever made where I've actually had consistently winning is taking money off the table constantly. Being flat is a position. There's 3 positions, long, short, and flat. That's a position. Being on the sidelines is a position. Alexander Elder said that, and at first I said, well, not really, but no, I said, yeah, no. You've got dry powder. You could pull the trigger, but you haven't. So who's not putting sell limits up here, right? Sell limits for the scalp, sell limits. Buy limits again. Buy limits all the way down. I just watched this weekly review guy. He gets like 5,000 views, and people's comments in this thing, like, oh, it talks like this, you know. I'm like, what in the fuck are people... Well, thanks for... You showed me a lot. Yeah, I'm really learning a lot. No. We just want to make money. How about this entry? 20 pip window. Boom. Right? Maybe you do have a trend line here. You're anticipating a break of that trend line. But are you going to wait till the trend line breaks, wait for confirmation, and get in here? Do you have buy stops on the top of that wick? You're fucking nuts. Who's trading like that? That's how they teach people to trade. Empowered trading. I talked to a guy that was in the chat room in the syndicate, and I think he had to become a made man just to trade in the syndicate war room. He says complete bullshit. I said, did they talk about stops? No, nothing. Well, let's get out the fib tools. You need a fucking fib tool? I need a pip tool. I need fucking... How many pips am I risking? Okay? How many pips am I risking? Anybody catch this killer trade? And you know you got filled because I'm looking at bid. Sell limit. Is that a good trade? Well, I'm waiting for confirmation. I need to see 5 snowflakes, an abandoned baby, and somebody getting gangbanged. What the fuck is wrong with people? Price action. Where did this fucking term price action come from? God damn. What in the fuck happened to people's brains? They're turning to mush. Oh, man. So, here, let's look at the dollar CAD. Jesus. You know, ATR trading, there's no one trade here. When the market gets quiet, who's not buying this when it comes down to retest this? Who doesn't have limits down here? Yeah, you're not going to put in 5 standard lots on each rung, but you just put buy limits down there. It's stupid. Sell limits. You got filled. Selling new highs. You got filled. Right? Here's the ultimate entry. Selling new highs right there. You're buying new lows right here. You start buying new lows. Do you really think you're not going to lose something? You're going to get stopped out of that, right? But how about this last one you bought? You made pips. You made 80 pips. You made 100 pips. Finally on that last one. And the longer, like I said in the last video, if this is a 15-minute script, it won't even fill. This took 4 hours to collapse. Well, that was a very quick collapse there. But on these tickets, if you're front running it and you've got you got orders down here that never filled. You're double clicking this shit. There's no effort in this. You write the script that buys every 50 pips. They're in there. There's a canvas order that lasts 4 hours. If you would have run it here, you'd have made money. Look at this thing. 1 pip above. 1 pip above that. Now, I know this ICT fucknut was talking about all this shit, but he was explaining it in terms of, well, you know, the banks are going to move it to here. Fuck, who the fuck cares what the banks are doing? Oh, the banks must know. I'm so sick of this bank shit and this fucking conspiratorial, this loser victimhood. Listen, you're managing your orders. You're not looking at level 2 trading to see Bill Gates. Oh, who's doing this? Well, and then this Gartley trader, Valley Girl, she says, well, if I see a big ticket come in, then I'm really going to hold that position. Oh, okay. Wow, then you got that on your mind. Man, I guess those banks were wrong. No wonder they raised their fees. Jesus, man. Here, New Zealand dollar. People love to trade this shit. Is it going up? Yes. Can you get killed buying on stops? Yes. Look at this move. Gee, I wonder what brought that about. Oh, gee, I don't know. Hey, look at this, guys. Look at, who didn't put sell limits up here all day long, right? Look at this big vacuum fill. What happened to my fucking tools? I can't find that damn rectangle shit here. Just, fuck it. Here. Right? Obvious? Scalp? It's going up now. Did you get it? Did you get in here? See, no, buying new lows didn't work here, but buying new lows here worked. Here, here's a top become a bottom, top become a bottom. It's filling this void. You can see that the first probe into that, the scalpers come in, they take it back. Scalpers come in, they take it back. Then whoosh. This is happening across every currency. This is the same thing over and over again. Same thing here. You break out of the Jesus. Right, selling. See, no fill on the sell limit there. That's why you're selling at the market when it comes up on the 4 hours. Sell, sell, sell. You don't know if it's going to keep going up. If you knew it was going to keep going up, right? Is it going to keep going up? I don't know. Here's a low ATR. Here's a low ATR buy stop breakout. And you're buying because it's down in 4 hours. You're buying because it's down, and you have buy stops above, right? You're buying because it's down. You have buy stops above. Now, I don't particularly like the big putting buy stops on a big thing, but here's a ledge, right? Breakout, buy stop, buy at the market. You got a buy stop pending. You're long at the market, and you're also let's see if I can do a better job of zooming in on this thing. Here's a prime example. You have a top. You have a buy limit here. And you see right here, you're almost, I don't think you'd fill here. And you buy it, the market goes down, you have a buy stop on top. It's a sandwich entry. You're sandwiching the market. Buy stop, low ATR, buy limits, buy new low. You're anticipating it going up. And as soon as it starts clearing this out, you might be cashing out on the way up. So you have to breathe with the market. Market breath. That's what they call it. When I was a kid, what's the market breath? It's breathing in and out. It breaks out. It pulls. Right? Where does it come back to? I'm on a completely different currency pair. Same story, different pair. Right? You're buying new lows as it forms this wave 4, whatever you fucking call it. This Elliott wave is complete bullshit. It's distracting people. This is a wave 4, but now, well, where's wave 1, 2, and 3 to justify this is wave 4? This is just consolidation into a double top. It's market's so ferociously moving. You need another tactic. You need the buy stop. You need to buy at the market. Every 4 hours is down. Every 4 hours is up. You're selling, selling, selling. You're up on that trade a little bit. You got sell limits up here. You're selling that because it's resistance. You don't need momentum. You can put all that shit on there. It's like trading wheels. Once you see in your mind's eye, who doesn't think that your oscillators are oversold here? Who doesn't think that there might be divergence in here? Now, you would think, hey, listen, let me use my indicators, right? Like I would use my tachometer to see if I'm going to blow my engine up. If you can't hear your engine about to blow up, you should be driving, right? Do you need to look at your tachometer and say I'm at 6,200 RPMs and it redlines at 65, so I should back off a little bit? It's so retarded. It's hot out. Your car's already warm, hot, and you're throttling it. You can hear the rings. You can hear the rings flopping around the cylinders. That might be a clue. Like, I understand a lot of the cars are all tamed down with a bunch of mufflers and stuff. So, but I don't think a grocery getter is really, the car I'm talking about. But you should be able to hear, hey, you know what? I mean, in the old days, needle valves on your carburetor, you could just, it's a little lean. It sounds lean. Now, of course, everything's computerized, right? But know what to say. I don't know what to say. Trading is not for... You can't trade with the mindset that I have this system and my MACD. If I put an MACD up on here, even a moving average, how is it going to digest chaos? Let me just see if I've got MACD in here. I haven't looked at MACD in so long. I mean, the amount of betrayals. Actually, MACD, if you tighten it up to like 3 periods, okay, it works, right? It's just like any really sharp momentum indicator. But let's see if I have MACD in here. Oscillators. Oh, they consider it an oscillator, right? Here's MACD. This is 1226.9, and I see people don't even adjust this shit. If anything, tighten these fucking numbers up already. People are still running this. Well, 1226.9. How in the fuck did that get you into any trade on here? What is your rule system? Well, when MACD goes here, I get in. Okay, great. You're about... What the hell? I go down to the 15-minute chart. I trade MACD. Okay, I got a signal to buy here. Okay, let's see how that worked out for you. I don't even know where people are getting in the crossover here. Okay, I bought. Oof. Wow. Any divergence? Oh, here's divergence. Right? So there, worked for you. A little late. But why wouldn't you just put sell limits up here and walk away? You only made like... You almost made 20 pips on that. 15-minute chart. Look at this. Talk about an entry. You're just buying low, selling high, buy low, sell high. Then it comes down to here. As soon as it comes here, I'm getting filled on limits. See, every 15 people want to scalp. Every 15 minutes, you got to babysit this thing. You got to be in, out, in, out. There's no sense in trading a 15-minute chart unless you're going to buy and sell, buy and sell. This is not like these idiots over at Empowered Trading that say, let's go down to the trading time frame. Okay, we've established the larger picture. What's it doing on the monthly? What the fuck? It's not doing shit on the monthly. This is the euro to the pound. Are you kidding me? These guys live right next to each other. They live inside of each other. They're neighbors. Like, where's the trend? How to read a price chart? I'm getting fucked. That's how to read it. You know, I've got no asshole left. That's how fucked I am. So what in the hell are people talking about? Why aren't they selling up here at resistance and buying here at support? Incrementally. It's an incremental thing. This is how nature works. You want to use Fibonacci? Because, well, nature's There's not even divergence up here on this fucking histogram of this. There's not even a signal here. Nature is incremental. Trees do not grow overnight. And they don't grow to the sky either. They have a limit. Why do people think if they're using Fibonacci to trade with, they're like, well, you know, it's because of Mother Nature. Fibonacci, you know. Okay, but where do you see shit like exploding outside, right? Unless it's a storm and you get lightning bolt that takes you down your tree. Boom. Okay, that's a spike. That's a black swan. For the most part, it's creeper gear. Even if you're in this chart, this is the monthly. Say you bought down here and you're like, okay, looks like it's pulling back wave 2, right? This is wave 3, wave 4, wave 5. See, Elliott, if you can find Elliott wave, if you can see a Fibonacci lineup, I see people doing these Fibonacci things. And they're like, look, it came down to here. I'm like, yeah, but did you get in so fucking big at that? Fibonacci, just like a stop clock. Here, I'll put Fibonacci up here. You don't believe me? People say you're doing it wrong. Okay. Just can't. How can you fuck up a fuck up? It's so fucked up. Let's see if I can find Fibonacci here. This is actually a new broker, so it's right out of the can. This is a real Fibonacci, right? So they go, well, you got to go down here, swing high to swing low. So I'll do it. I can't grab the tool because there's too much shit on the screen. Okay, here to here. Let's see. We got down here. Like, look. Wait. Look at Fibonacci. I'm doing it on a close because you might even have a chance, right? Look, it really does work. Okay, but why didn't you buy down? My question is, why didn't you buy down here? Well, it didn't hit my Fibonacci handle. Okay, look at top becomes a bottom right at the 50% yard. Okay, here, right? Oh, look at called this. Why didn't it call that? Why didn't it call that top? Why didn't it call that top? Well, you're not doing it right. You gotta do it on the wicks, man. Okay, so I did it on the wicks, right? Wick to wick. Oh, look. Well, look, it nailed this at the 38.2. Look at this 38.2. Okay, but isn't it just the fucking... Look, it nailed this. 50%. Look at... Okay, but... So let me understand Fibonacci. You bought here. Did it tell you where to get the fuck out? No. Well, you had to do a fib inside the fib. Oh, okay. Ooh, it didn't call this very good. Ooh, it didn't call this bottom, but it called the top. I sold here and made this much money because, see, it came back to the... What? You're doing it wrong. Oh, okay. You know, let me just drag this to Randomville. Oh, look it. Better. Oof. I just dragged that randomly. Look, it called that top become a bottom. Look at this at the 618. Look at this. Oh my God, look at. People are just, I swear to God, just read tea leaves. Oh, you gotta scrunch it up more, man. You're just not doing it right. Okay, let's do it here. Swing high to swing high. Oh, look, it called that bottom. So you bought that and you scalped it? Oh, more signals in here. Yeah, as soon as you scrunch this down, yeah, a ton of, like, you could be like this, right? So, oh, look at. But why in the fuck would you go for this when you should be placing an order? Place an order. Fuck these fibs. Fuck all this indicator shit. Okay, I understand that it can be right sometimes. But the wick's going to crush you, right? These are closing prices. Where's all the brutality? Where are people surprised? On the wick. Hopefully you got a template. I can just reload here without deleting all this shit. Okay, so back to reality. What do we do now? Well, you're selling now. You're short. You're short on the scalp, right? Hopefully you scalp this. You're up 20 pips here on the monthly scalp. This is the monthly chart. I just blew through the fucking thing. This is the scalping on the monthly. Monthly euro dollar. Okay, let's see if I can zoom in and show you this scalp here. You just made 80 pips. You had a sell limit here. Maybe even a sell limit here. You're slightly underwater. You have buy limits here on the monthly. New lows. Do you need it? Do you need is Fibonacci going to give you this entry? Fuck no. Okay. So I guess I woke up pissed off, and I've had my coffee. Here's a bottom become a top. But where's the real money made? Right there, in the stop hunt. Of the people that are short, have stops in. You need to sell that. You need to buy that. Yeah, you're going to get stopped out, but you can make so much money on the... You make so much money. So many pips, we would call it, on these moves. And no fill here. So there is no fear. In other words, there's no risk because you didn't get filled here. Sell limits never got filled. Sell limits never got filled. Never filled. Here they get filled, and it's better that they get filled than this. Just kind of like chop somebody out. This is the monthly vacuum. You have sell limits in here for that wick. Now you are counter trend trading that, but look at how many pips you made. It doesn't matter what, you know. The time frame here, monthly, you can see this is a lot of pips. This is just this is 200 pips here. So maybe more. There's only 20 pip grid on there. So the 4-hour chart, you're looking at that going, oh God, this looks like a mess. Where do I get in? It doesn't matter where you get in. You're going to sell up here. If you're looking at the, if you're looking way out, you can see where all your sell limits are for next week. Right, everything's, oh, there's no rectangle on here. There's no, every one of these things has no rectangle. You have to insert it. Right, this is your whole sell zone, your kill zone. 20 pip grid up there. Sell limits galore. Scalps, you name it. Is your target going to be down here? Fuck no. What are you, nuts? Where do people come up with this shit? Well, I'm going to get in here, and they're like, well, you see, the Gartley says, what? Why don't you go to a palm reader and fucking get a signal? You know, that might actually work. I would go to the palm reader here. There's one on the way downtown. I should go in there and say, you know, I'm a forex trader. I'm really shitting my pants. I'm in this naked position, no stops, and should I stay in? And maybe you do better, right? You do better at the... Anyways, that's my view. I just watched this weekly guy go on. This is the guy. I'm sure you know this guy. He goes, he's got 4,000 views, this motherfucker. And he's saying, we have a potential bearish reversal down. Evidence of a bullish reversal down here. Evidence, like, what is it, a crime scene? We saw some bears. We saw bear blood on the walls, and we saw bull blood in the bathroom, and we have evidence of a bullish reversal. And the compliments he gets, you just know these people are looking for a signal. Just tell me, give me a sign. And then, you know, a coffee cup falls over. Oh my God, my Spazzarella dead girlfriend's still alive. Look, she knocked over my coffee cup. Okay, well, you know, maybe not. I remember when my friend died, and I was see light bulbs flicker, and I'm like, maybe that's a sign. I'm like, no, I think that got some bugs in the socket of my front doorstep light. So we all want to think that there's some secret magic formula for trading, but really it's just putting the fucking orders in there and then shitting your pants, right? Just buy some depends, and that's my analysis here. So I hope that helps. If the markets didn't have wicks, we'd all be rich, right? If we could just have a nice smooth data set, and this is why people are running moving averages, because they don't like the market. Let's smooth it out. Let's tame it down. It's kind of ruckus. In fact, let's put on a Ikamushu cloud. Yeah, that's the ticket. Yeah, John Lovitz, right? That's the ticket. We'll put. I mean, really? So I don't know. Like they say in that tech. And what's with the public service announcement on the radio? You know, listen to radio. My God, is everything all these radio stations living off of? They've got this. I don't know where you live, but they got an ad on the radio of like what kind of car seat to put your fucking kid in. Do you know what kind? And this commercial goes on for like a minute. They're talking to I think they're talking to children on this thing. They just redundantly go over the same fucking material. What the hell is that? Do you know what? And then they have a commercial about brushing your teeth. Listen, people, let me just tell you. I've been in the dental industry for over half my life. People are over brushing their teeth. If you brush your teeth like on a fucking TV commercial, Colgate, Pepsodent, whatever the fuck, you're sawing your. They show people sawing their teeth. You can't brush your teeth like that. You just lightly poke in between your teeth with a brush, or you should just floss. People are sawing their teeth down. I mean, they're putting ruts at the gum line, and they're using abrasive material to brush your teeth. You know, it's just, the world's so fucked up, okay, in every aspect. Another thing, don't rotate the tires on your car. Like, I met a German guy, and since I had a German car, and this guy was Gunter, I think he was right from Europe, and he says, don't rotate your tires. I go, I think he's onto something. This is some kind of cheap thing. Well, you even wear, I'm like, dude, do you see them rotating the tires on the racetrack? No, they just put a new fucking tire on, bitch. So just put new tires on your car, right? The rear ones are going to last for as long as your suspension's good. They're fine. Just put on the new tires in front. If front wheel drive, that's you. I'm rotate. You know how you can fuck up these guys that are okay, this isn't about forex anymore, but the risk you take of somebody stripping the studs on your car if you have studs instead of lug nuts, the risk you take of them not putting them on. I had a buddy that had a high-end car back in the old days, and they rotated his tires. He's driving down, and the tires fall off. Yeah, they didn't put them on tight enough. Just leave the stuff alone. Just leave it alone. Wait for your car to rust out, then change, then rotate the tires. There's so much shit that is taught to people to do that all it does is breed an industry of like, well, you come back and rotate the tires and we'll check your tread wear and huh? Now I don't rotate my tires. Number one, lazy. Number two, fuck it. I'm probably gonna get a nail in that tire. I mean, what is going on, right? You're gonna wear out the one side because left-hand turns are different than right-hand turns. You're always gonna have uneven wear. And then they have like the pattern of rotation. They have the whole drama of rotating your tires on your car. But this is the way people approach trading. Well, I heard you're supposed to do this, and just do whatever you think makes, like if you're making money accidentally, ask yourself, how did I just make money doing that trade? What the fuck was I thinking? And I understand the idea that you train so hard that you have some loyalty to some system and some rule set. You get so rule orientated. You're not even, I can hardly get people to take a risk on a demo account. They don't want to fuck it up. They don't want a bad record. They think they're taking a test to get into college. You got to let your hair down, man. You got to ball walk through the bar, okay? You just don't know who's going to think that's cool. Don't be afraid to trade on a demo. Why are you trading demos, people ask? Because I'm a trader. Why do you practice guitar? Why are you playing those scales? Why don't you write a song? Why don't you play a song? How come you're not playing a cover song? Play something I want to hear. I play guitar for years, and people say, well, they say, okay, play guitar. And I go, well, I don't know any cover songs. I can just play my own stuff all day long and bore you to death. So, you just find a path, and you get on that path, and you find your way through it, because nothing's going to fit you. You can't trade another person's system. Saying, I want to see this guy's results, doesn't mean you can trade the way he's trading. You'll say, well, how did he get those good results? And you find out the amount of work that guy put into that trading account. You'd say, well, I need something easier. I just need a profitable system. What system are you? How are you? I want to understand how you're trading. I'm just trading like a complete cowboy. Okay? I'm trading the way John Wayne would trade if he had a forex account. I just don't give a fuck. Now, it's not easy because we're supposed to give a fuck, right? We're supposed to do all these things. And somehow that's going to make it okay. And consistently profitable trader could be a guy that's taken 5 pips out of the market continuously. It doesn't mean he's making a bunch of money. He's consistently profitable trader. How big of money is he making? That's a whole different story. So it's like you could do that trick advertising, like, he's a consistently profitable trader. He's making 8 pips a day. Not a losing trade. He's trading a mini lot. He's making $8 a day. Look at this guy. Now, on paper, they'd say, wow, this guy's killing it. Look at him consistently winning. Right, but how big are you winning on that? So there's a video out there of a guy that's talking about size. He's 90% winning. 90%. And blowing up the account. How can you be 90%? Like the Valley girl in the Gartley thing. She's like, well, I'm right 80% of the time. Okay, but are you changing the size? If you have the same size every time, that's different. If you're always trading a 1K and you're 80% winner, you're killing it. But if you decide to load a wagon on those one trade, it wipes out your equity. And just because you're winning 90% on those other trades, not to mention, You could have a 100 pip stop with a 10 pip take profit and be winning 90% of the time until that one time you don't. It's going to take all that money. You only made, you only made a little bit of money, and now so she's like waiting 80% of the time. This is completely ridiculous to say. This is like saying I'm out in my car and I'm going 300. People are going 300. Yeah, I'm going 300 feet per second. Oh, you didn't say like the unit reference. We just assume you're going 300 miles an hour. Oh no, you don't understand. I'm measuring the feet. And that's what's going on in the market here. How many pips are you making? Well, how big are you in? Right? And psychologically, the bigger you're in, the more fluctuation you're going to see before you see your target hit. If it's a combo plate, if you've taken the time and energy to place a plethora of orders, a ungodly amount of small orders, you're going to be taking money off the table along the way. But the greedy side of your brain's going to say, damn, I wish I was in for this whole fucking move. But remember the last time you did that, you blew up the account. So it's better to take, and this is where they say be humble. Now, this is another thing. Empowered Trading has this be humble bullshit behind them. Be humble. How about be humble and scalp? How about be humble and take a little bit off the table on the way? Oh, we're waiting for our profit. This is where the discipline comes in, people. We just have to wait. Oh, that's humble? That's fucking complete arrogant greed shit. Well, we have a Gartley. So the humbleness, I don't even know where they're applying this to. Okay, I could just go on forever. But yeah, good luck. Let's see what happens when the market opens.